welcome. No, I rehearsed this. It's welcome. This is Bedroom Conversations with Okwema Boy. Oh my gosh, it has been forever. It's been too long. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. How have you been? I know. So we've had rough times. We're still having rough times anyway, but I mean, it's not looking like it's gonna go away anytime soon. So why not just keep living, do the best you can to, make headway, just be happy, check up on your loved ones and have sex. Have sex. It helps to relieve your stress. And that is why this podcast was created, because we do not often talk about sex, it's always been stigmatized. Whenever you see someone who talks about sex openly, automatically that person is bad. But I mean, come on, everybody will do it, or everybody was here because of that. So it's a universal language. Yeah, you get used to it. Okay. Today, so my voice, it's a little bit. So this season, this season is promising to be more interactive and engaging. It's gonna be so engaging, you will be amazed. We are having guests. Most of them are my friends, and we'll be sharing our views, their opinion. It's their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. However it is you are viewing, whatever it is you view, it's obviously going to be different from how I view it, because a lot of things are responsible for that. So yeah, we're here to just share our views about sex, and to encourage you, and those who do not have the courage to talk about it or to ask about it, just live your life through us and enjoy the moment, basically. Today we are talking about planned sex or unplanned sex, spontaneous sex. So planned sex can also be called scheduled sex, just as the name implies. Planned sex, this is when you and your partner, you talk about the time, you talk about the place, sometimes you talk about the style, sometimes you talk about you talk about the expectations. When this happens, it stimulates one's brain. So unplanned sex, on the other hand, let me quickly explain unplanned sex before I go in toto. So unplanned sex is the spontaneous sex, often talked about as quickie. You can't wait to unravel each other. Maybe y'all in the public, and okay, let me tell you what I used to do with the unplanned sex, how I throw my partner off. So let's say, for instance, my man and I are in public, went for a function, and I know that I'm gonna torment him. So I wear a gown or a skirt, and I just go whisper to him and say, you know what, I'm not wearing any panties down there. It could happen anywhere. It just depends on how adventurous you and your partner is. So that is an example of unplanned sex or spontaneous sex. So planned unplanned sex could occur when, say for instance, y'all stressed in the morning and it was not so satisfying, you know. It was not so satisfying, you know. You guys didn't enjoy, maybe because of lack of time or mental stress or something, you know, or you just want more, or maybe it's just that time, that minute where you're craving more, you know. And then when you're done, you'd be like, you know what, this evening I'm gonna come get some. You know, are you gonna be home? Where are you gonna be? You know, I'm just gonna come pick you up, and then I want to fire you from behind. You know, it's just it's just, there's something about it. There's something about planned sex. You know, you talk about it. I like talking about it, you know, before it happens, but not as much as talking about it after it happens. So I'm still gonna get there. So it's exciting when you talk about, you know, making love before actually making love. There's this anticipation, there's this, it's not anxiety, it's just this little butterflies in your belly. It's just there, you know. You're just like, oh my god, oh my god. He calls you and is like, hey babe, you know, I can't stop thinking about what we did last night. And I go like, me too. Like, listen, since I woke up, I've been trying to take my mind off it. I've been trying to take my mind off it. You know, it's not been easy for me to. And he goes, okay, you know what? Let me quickly see what I could do. Let me see if I can round up my day. Let me see if I can. Oh my god. You know, it just gives you that. It gives you that tickle below. It just tickles me below, like, oh, like, oh my man, oh my man, oh my man. You know, when that feeling is mutual, that sexual attraction is mutual, you two cannot just have enough of each other. You will either enjoy a planned sex, or you will still enjoy a spontaneous sex. The vibe is always the vibe. You're not faking it. You're not fake mooning. You're not fake coming. You're not fake enjoying. You're just literally ravishing yourself in that splendor, in that plenteous of emotion. It's always dripping, like when you, oh Lord, you know, you're always dripping. You know that when you see him, it's gonna go down. I don't care. It's gonna go down. You choose. You know, you just have to choose here or then later. No, here or we take it somewhere else. But it's gonna go down. Once you're seeing me and I'm seeing you, it's gonna go down. There's no escaping. That sexual mutual attraction just spices everything up. And like I say, if your sex life with your partner is great, every other thing falls in place. I tell you. See, listen. I will like give you. Once your sex life, look, come closer. Let me come. Once your sex life is great, every other thing with your partner falls in line. I'm not saying every other thing is automatically great. No, every other thing falls in line because there is this connection. There is this freaking connection that just binds two souls. And if you're having a great sex life and every other part of your life is you guys together is it's not going great, then I think you need to watch it. I think you are missing something. But listen, if you know that this person is for keeps, right? That this person is for keeps, and the sex you guys make magic whenever you are in the bedroom. There is always this sparkle, there's this spark whenever you're in the bedroom. I think half of your problem is solved. More than half of your problem, if you ask me, is solved. That part of you, that emotional part of you, that sexual part of you needs to be fed right, in the right way. If it's lacking, you're struggling. Come back with me. If that aspect of your life is lacking, you're suffering. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you tell me. That is it. So, the planned sex. Right. So, the difference between planned sex and unplanned sex, personally, I do not see a difference. It is often asked if the pleasure you derive from a planned one and a planned sex and an unplanned sex, if the pleasure you derive is equal or one is greater than each other. But studies have shown that most people or majority of the people say the pleasure they get from both it's the same, like it's equal. There's no much difference. And if I have to bring that question personally, if I have to ask myself that question personally, I would say the same thing. I would say there's no much difference, between planned sex and unplanned sex. If you're having it with the same partner, you know this partner, your partner knows you, you know how to work each other, you're familiar with the body. So it's not a matter of the timing, though timing can increase expectation, can increase excitement, yes. Lacking timing or difference in timing can increase expectations, or can just excitement can boost the excitement. In as much as planned sex sounds monotonous or it sounds boring, it's not. As long as you're doing it with the same partner that you're used to, it's only there can only be a risk of flopping if maybe this person is, you just met this person for the first time and you haven't done anything together. So there is a risk that it might not turn out well. But if you are with this same partner that you guys have spark in the bedroom all the time, it's never gonna be a problem. Time is never gonna be an hindrance. It's just still gonna be the same pleasure. It's the excitement might just increase. Basically, what we enjoy mostly in bed is the excitement that comes with it. Your heart racing, your heart's pounding, things are being done to your body. You're just all over the place. You're not sure what to do with yourself. Actually, a planned sex should be anything but boring, because you're planning it. You understand that it's gonna happen. You could start preparing your mind. Maybe you planned it in the morning before going to work, and then now you're at work, you're thinking of it. You're gonna get some at night. You're thinking of ways to spread it wide open, or ways to drop it down hard, or ways to pound, or ways to stroke. You see, it's a lot. It's just a lot. You having sex for any other reason apart from gaining pleasure, distressing, or just basically answering nature's call. Yeah, you're just basically answering nature's call. You're just busy. You're there minding your business, and from nowhere, boom, you're honey. Your body, you feel your body. You craving touches. You're just honey. It happens. You don't even necessarily have to think too far. It just happens for the male folks. They get early morning erection. I guess that's a nature way of telling you, it's either you gotta get some or whatever. But the truth is, having sex apart from any of those three reasons might not bring you to the full satisfaction of how pleasurable a sex should be. Sorry. Or of how pleasurable a great sex should be. Because we have good sex. We have great sex. We have good sex. We have great sex, And then on the other hand, we have maintenance sex. We'll talk about it further. I'll be bringing a guest over, and then we will be talking about maintenance sex and a great sex. But let me just quickly brush it off. So maintenance sex is that sex that you just have to keep things rolling. You just need to keep things rolling with your partner. It's now more of a chore. Or between couple who are looking to raise kids, to have kids of their own. It's more of a chore now. It's monotonous. The end goal is, I just want to get her pregnant, or I just want to get pregnant. So it steals the pleasure, the deep sense of that pleasure that you get. It's just different. It makes everything better when you're not under pressure. You are not under pressure to deliver. You are not under pressure to do what you say you know how to do. You're just enjoying each other's body. Now that's great sex. That's not maintenance sex. I would urge everybody, whatever you believe in, to have great sex. It's often more work. Let's be honest here. Let's just be honest. It's more work because you take more time when you're having great sex. You have to invest time, and not just time. You invest your mental time as well, because you think about it. Okay, let's say you have to stimulate so many parts of his body at the same time. That multi-stimulation it's an explosion of feelings and stuff. You have to do a lot of things at the same time. You have to rub some nipples. You have to rub 2 nipples if you actually want to lock it all in. You rub in 2 nipples. Your mouth is busy. Let's say in the case of a blowjob, you have to stimulate the nipples too, if that stimulates him. If it stimulates him, you have to do it for him to get the maximum pleasure. It's work. It's work. It's a whole lot of work, to be honest. But anything great is work. And if you put the work in, you give the maximum amount of pleasure that you can give. It just makes you feel good as a lover. If you are a lover, it makes you feel good as a lover. You just know it, that you are taking your partner places. That's enough. You're taking them places that they might have never been before. That's enough reward for me. There are times I go into the bedroom not expecting to be pleasured. Actually, I'm a giver. I'm a pleaser. I'm a giver. I'm a pleaser. And if I were to choose, like right now, if I were to choose, I'd rather pleasure. I'd rather give pleasure. Because I like to be in control. Don't really like to be in control. There are times I love to take charge, and it just depends. You share, but in the face of not knowing, of everything just being weird, it's never gonna be awkward with me. Like, you have to know. It shouldn't. See, listen. When you are in the bedroom, nothing. You shouldn't allow any moment be awkward, especially when you are in love with your partner, right? When you guys have a good thing going. Why should your moment in the bedroom be awkward? It shouldn't be. You should know what to do, especially when you're sexually involved. You have conversations about it. After sex, after the whole love making, after everything, don't you guys talk about it? Like, really, do you talk about? Because if you talk about your performances, it's just gonna enhance the next one. It's gonna make you know what to do. It's gonna make you get better. Feedback, customers' feedback. But in this case, it's your partner's feedback. It's important. It's very, very important. You cannot